Stella. Ma'am, Mr. Adrian's $1 million compensation has been successfully deposited. The message from my husband's assistant arrives just as I regain consciousness. As the wife of Adrian, the youngest CEO of a publicly traded pharmaceutical company, everyone envies the life I appear to have. But behind this, it's the 5th time this month I've been dragged out of the operating room. My blood and tissues are needed by my husband's company, and I'm required to provide them regularly. Before I entered this marriage, I knew it was a deal. It's as though I have some rare medical condition, one that requires Adrian to use my body for his company's research. Lately, the surgeries have become more frequent, and it's beginning to take its toll on me. In exchange, I marry the man I've loved my whole life, receiving monthly transfers of millions of dollars. I know Adrian isn't good at expressing his care with words, he shows it through money instead. Though compared to the success of my husband's booming business, what I receive is a mere pittance. I don't need money. What I crave is to be valued by the person I love, even if, to him, I am more valuable as a subject for his experiments than as his wife. The cost of his company's success is that Adrian is always busy. He's almost on call 24/7. To ease his burden and be a good wife, I spend more time communicating with his assistant than with him. Where is Adrian? Will he be coming home today? The assistant's reply comes swiftly. Ma'am, Mr. Adrian had originally planned to visit you after your procedure, but something urgent came up, and his schedule changed. However, if you miss him, he has an interview on the morning hour on Channel 5. The door to my room clicks open, the nurses expertly sliding me inside and placing me up against the wall, facing the television. Before she can leave, I grab her hand. Oh. My husband has an interview today, can you please put it on for me? I kindly ask. The nurse nods and switches on the television. Your company's stock has skyrocketed and it is all because of your groundbreaking research. How does it feel to be on the same level as other medical entrepreneurs who are older than you and have been in the game for much longer? An interviewer asks from the television screen. My eyes narrow on Adrian's face, watching as his lips press into a thin line. It is an honor, Adrian coolly responds. There are rumors of your marital status rolling around after you were spotted with a famous actress at a restaurant last week. Do you think this will have an effect on stock prices for your company? Adrian's green eyes remain focused on the interviewer, tanned hands resting in his lap. His dirty blonde hair catches my attention. It's not in its usual slicked-back style and is much more relaxed. It's attractive on him. If the stock prices change, then people are focusing on the wrong thing. Adrian's tone grows serious, irritated. He remains loyal to me, having always kept women at bay and at arm's distance. Although he doesn't love me, he doesn't love any other woman either, perhaps because he devotes all his time to his career. Adrian doesn't like having any women in the house besides his wife, which means we don't have a maid. The heavy household duties force me to give up the part-time coding job I once relied on. I am very good at writing code, perhaps one of the most talented hackers in my field. I once created a firewall for the Obsidian Pact, one of the most powerful mafias today. Even after years, it remains untouchable. Several of their young leaders hold me in high regard, even calling me their sister. I am grateful for their appreciation. But for Adrian and his business, I chose to quit. Maybe Adrian doesn't love me now, but I believe that as time goes on, my efforts will eventually be noticed. My phone rings from my lap. I turn it over and see my mother's contact photo and name. I take a deep breath and press the green button to accept, bringing the phone to my ear. I know she's not calling to check in on me. Stella. Why aren't you taking care of your sister? You know she needs you. My mother's voice screeches from the other end of the call. I'm sick. I don't know how much help I can be to Clara. I breathe into the phone. Your sister has been in a coma for the past 5 years and here you are complaining about a minor illness. Get up and take care of your sister. Now. Before I can respond, my mother ends the call, leaving me in silence. The bitter taste from before returns. My mother only cares for Clara and not me. Is it because Clara shares the same shade of blue eyes while mine are hazel? I sigh, slowly swinging my legs over the side of the hospital bed. A dizzy spell washes over me, and I hold on to the metal rod that carries my IV bag to steady myself. I take a deep breath and open my eyes, slowly staggering out of the hospital room. I cling to the wall, walking toward Clara's hospital room, phone in hand. At the same time, I swipe out of the app and open a tracking one. Because Adrian is so busy and can't always be there for me, I created a program to track his whereabouts. It is my little secret, one no one knows, not even Adrian. My eyes immediately lock onto Adrian's name and bubble. He is moving in the direction of the hospital. My heart swells, a smile growing on my face. Perhaps he is trying to keep it a secret from his assistant, planning to give me a special surprise. Maybe he does care about me after all. He's finally coming to see me, his wife, right? Yes. 10 years ago, when Adrian and I were neighbors, I fell in love with him. He was the only person in the neighborhood who treated me with kindness while my family treated me like an afterthought. I sincerely hope he has finally realized that I'm here. I take my phone out and watch Adrian's dot enter the hospital. Looking up, Adrian bursts through the hallway doors. I quickly fix my appearance, ready to accept him in my open arms, when he suddenly dips inside Clara's hospital room. Disappointment strikes my heart, a million questions itching at the back of my brain. My palms grow clammy. The hope I once felt for Adrian to love me begins to shrivel, slowly withering away piece by piece. Is he not here for me? Why else would he be at the hospital? My mouth goes dry. I blink at nothing, arms empty, slowly turning to see Adrian embrace Clara from her hospital bed. Inching inside, I remain in the background, watching as Clara's body moves. She is awake from her 5-year coma. Her eyes remain closed, chin tucked on his shoulder. They sway back and forth. Their whispers are mere murmurs to me, unable to decipher what they're saying. They look so intimate with each other. Stella. My face twitches, a grimace smile blossoming on my face. The two of them don't even notice me standing inside the room. I take a couple of steps forward, clearing my throat. Even with the sound I made, they simply do not look at me. They remain totally engrossed in each other's presence, unaware of the world around them. I hold back and I roll. An aching pain forms in my side. I wince, clasping my hand over the gauzed area to try and hide a pained expression. After a couple of slow and labored deep breaths, I look up. I slowly close the rest of the distance, now standing a few feet away from the bed instead of being by the door. Congratulations, Clara, I push the words out of my mouth. I'm so happy that you're awake. Clara blinks at me, a hint of annoyance in her gaze before it softens. Adrian turns back to her, admiring the side of her face. Clara pulls herself to the edge of the bed, getting closer to Adrian, furthering herself in his embrace. During your coma, Adrian and I got married. My gaze flickers to her hands tightening on Adrian's body. I know that you two are childhood friends, but if anyone were to see you two like this, it will cause rumors. I just woke up and I feel disoriented. Stella, Clara's voice has a hint of sharpness to it. She sighs and glances at me. There is familiarity with Adrian. He makes me feel safe. Clara reaches over the side of the bed. Her fingers curl around Adrian's hands, their fingers locking together. Tears begin to fall from her eyes and Adrian is quick to reach up, gently wiping them away. The hospital room's door opens. They don't even bother to look at me, simply turning away and giving their full attention to Clara. Without wasting another second, I take a few steps backward, my back connecting with the wall. I fade into the background, yet again, and watch as my parents give all of their love to their favorite daughter. My father glances at me. What did you do, Stella? My mother asks, barely even looking at me. Did you really argue with your sister as soon as she woke up? My mother wipes Clara's tears away with her hands, Adrian leaning back so they can have their time with her. Stella, stop being so selfish. Your sister just woke up from a coma. She has been through so much, my father scolds me. I turn to look at Clara, who presses her forehead against Adrian's with a tired smile. I suck in a breath, my body aching from surgery. She has been so brave. She survived a coma and has even negotiated with members from the Obsidian Pact to save your father's business. You have always been so jealous of her, including now. Do not ruin the joy of her recovery, Stella. My mother chimes in, pulling up a chair to the side of the hospital bed. She has done so much for our family. She deserves our time and energy. My father smiles down at her. He gently reaches out and pushes her blonde hair out of her face. It wasn't Clara. It wasn't Clara who helped my father's business. It was me who convinced the Obsidian Pact to spare my father from his dreadful fate. I did not reveal it because I am scared of people finding out about my connection to the Obsidian Pact. If or when they find out, the consequences of my actions and connections would land me in hot water. Stop being jealous, Stella. My mother's frustration is prominent in her voice. My goodness. You just can't let this go, can you? A small, tired squeak leaves Clara's lips. She turns to Adrian and hides her face into his chest, hands flying up to cover her ears. Adrian sighs and holds the back of her head, gently smoothing out her blonde hair. My eyes fixate on Adrian's soothing motions, the way Clara melts into his touch with a tired smile on her face. It makes me sick. My stomach churns inside my body. My fists ball at my sides, my breathing growing shallow, nostrils flaring. Before I know it, I'm charging towards the bed, fury laced in every step. I snatch Clara's hand and yank her away from Adrian. A collective gasp rings out in the room. Clara stares at me with a hurt expression on her face, her free hand moving to her forehead, eyes dramatically rolling into the back of her head. I feel so dizzy, Clara murmurs. She falls into the hospital bed, her blonde hair forming a halo around her head. Adrian shoves me away, then turns to Clara, bringing her hands back into his. He glares at me. It sends chills down my spine despite the heat that grows throughout my body. Clara just woke up. She can't be upset, Stella, you know this. Adrian's voice booms at me, making my ears ring. My heart pounds in my chest, each beat prominent in my ears. My nails dig into the palms of my hands. My bottom lip trembles for a brief moment before I gather the courage to fight back. You all have such a double standard when it comes to her. I yell, turning to Adrian as the words fly from my lips. You have never cared about me the same way you do with her. I'm your wife and she isn't. Please, be quiet. You need to apologize to Clara for your harmful words. Adrian demands. I stare at him, lip curling up into a snarl. He raises his eyebrows at me, expecting me to obey his every command, to be the perfect little wife he has always expected me to be. Is that the only reason why he married me? To fill in the role as his perfect and obedient wife who fulfills every command, every ask, forever present and there to answer all of his wishes. My anger boils over, the inside of my mind screaming and howling to fight back. My nails begin to draw blood from my hands from the increasing pressure. No. No. Adrian scoffs. He looks at my parents, then to Clara, before turning his eyes back to me. I am your wife, not your slave. My eyes feel hot from the disappointed tears that gloss my eyes. I have done nothing wrong to deserve this treatment from you. From any of you. They blink at me.